has it, does he need you down or does he not need you?
I'm not sure.
It's when nothing matters.
Just nothing matters. Not like it won't make a difference.
We're all so, everyone's so over.
Yeah, I just like.
Yeah, I need to, I'll just get a second.
Is this
Yeah.
one
Watching TV.
That's one of the rules of mom.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's really just to appease the judge.
Back when they made all the hands in,
Yeah. George's feature.
Okay, so this is the detention docket for the 22nd of July. Explain what's going on. So what the law says is when a child's brought to our detention facility, you have to see a judge within 2 business days. And the judge has to decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. This is not your trial today. This is not about whether you committed a crime. This is simply about whether I detain you or if I release you. Now, if I detain you, the law says you must see a judge every 10 days while you're here. If I release you, I can release you under any reasonable condition. I can require you to stay away from places. You must stay at places, associate, disassociate, electronic monitor, drug testing, any of these conditions. That is just purely at my discretion and condition of your release. If you refuse to accept those conditions, then you can just stay in detention. I want to let you know that there is, at this hearing, you do have some rights. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. However, if you give up that right, anything you say at a detention hearing cannot be used against you at any other type of court setting. You also have a right to an attorney. If you or your family cannot afford an attorney, I will certainly provide one for you. Now, I know there is information in this hearing or about this hearing that you have that you think is important to me, but I'm going to let you know this is not the time for that. That is something that you need to tell your attorney. The reason why is because there are prosecutors in this courtroom and that they are taking notes. I don't want you to say anything that puts yourself in a spot and makes your situation worse than it is. Again, this is not about whether you committed an offense. This is simply about whether I should detain you or if I should release you. Now, parents that are here, I'm also going to let you know the same thing. I am certain there's information about your child. Some of it, I may engage you and ask questions to find out more if it's appropriate to release your child or not. But some of it is something that you need to tell your child's attorney about to help them in the preparation of their case for your child. I was going to say, the decision process I make is basically, first I need to find that there's probable cause. What that means is, can somebody say something? Can somebody articulate whether a crime has happened? If they can, then the next step is to decide whether to release you or to keep you. That decision is based on things like whether you'd be a danger to yourself or to others, whether you're likely not to appear in court, whether there's adequate supervision in the home. Now, the report that I get is based on the police report that came in with you. I can tell you that this is all based on hearsay, and hearsay within hearsay. So while normally in a trial that would not be admissible during a detention hearing, it absolutely is. So we'll go ahead and start. I think Mr. Decorian is actually still with the polygrapher, so we'll lead us a very, we already did. We'll go ahead and start with Julian. Yes, ma'am, 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 more money, more money. You're not allowed to wear shorts in the courtroom. Thank you. We do, if you would, ma'am, I do have some skirts with elastic bands on that coat hanger. If you would like to put one over your shorts, you're welcome to.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so Julian. Okay, you're 16 years old. Looks like you've never been here before. Fort Worth PD brought you in. They sent their dispatch to the home about a domestic. Mom says she tried to discipline you after you spanked or beat your dog. So mom threatened to get rid of it, called your mom an effing B. So she followed you to confront you. You turned, elbowed mom in the stomach, causing pain. you said it was a reaction. So you're brought over here. You're level 1 outstanding, have been for 3 days. There was mediation, it was successful. And do we have mom here?
Yes.
Okay, hello, Mom, if you don't mind standing up. And so I guess my question for you is, what did mediation, what did you get out of it? Where are we at with that?
I heard some things that I've never heard before from my son. And it's not just because he's detained. Any other incident he's ever had has never resulted in anything like this, him being away from me. So I think it definitely helped a lot.
Okay.
And going forward, we're gonna seek help, even if it's not through the courts.
Right.
We need it. I don't feel like it's just my son that needs it. I feel like it myself as well, because some things were brought to my attention that I didn't know he was dealing with them. So when I see certain things as him, like him lashing out, it was due to other things that he talked to me about.
Sure, okay.
So going forward, that's my plan is for my son, not only him, I have other sons too, to continue to do this for the better of him and for our whole family.
Okay,
So I don't believe this is gonna continue, because he even brought up other things that he's gonna stop doing that we've had issues with before, not as bad as this, but he's definitely ready to stop everything,
okay.
so.
All right, so my question, Jorge, you got to level 1 outstanding on July 19th. Why did he drop?
He dropped it to you, and the only note it said was multiple infractions, I think not following instructions.
We don't have more details than that?
No, sir.
Mary, do we have anything more on that? Yes,
I do see, Your Honor, it says on 7/18, not following instructions times 12.
oh, come on, I mean, that isn't that the problem that we had? He's not following your instructions?
He said it's because he's been calling me every day, and this one particular day, he never called me. So I was pretty worried about what's going on with him. So I tried to reach out, see what's going on, and apparently it was because he had a mask that was too big and kept coming off, and there was only one particular staff that, apparently that was a big issue, but I told him to go to other staff and talk to them about it and tell them to give him another one, or if he could tie it, but if he tied it, that would be him altering it, and maybe they didn't want that. So he said that that's what it was, that it was just one particular staff that wrote him up several times because the mask kept coming off, and he kept putting it over his face, but that's all I know.
So do the notes show that which staff member?
It does not.
He also told me that there was other staff members that said, you know what, this is a difficult person, so this is just how they are.
I can check
I don't know.
the paperwork, Detention side.
There's no difficult staff back there, is there?
Not that I know.
Okay. Julie, I'm gonna get, Jorge, please do follow up on that. But Julie, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, because that was, I guess, about 6 days ago when that happened. Look, Julian, I think what you need to understand is what I care about on this one is that you respect your mom and respect her rules. That's all I care about. If you respect her and respect her rules, you and I are gonna be fine. There's not gonna be any problems. When you start to disrespect her and you start to sneak out of the house, come and go as you want, hang out with the people that she doesn't approve of, say anything, just breaking her rules. You know what it takes to be level and outstanding here, Kimbo. What I need you to do is be level and outstanding in your mom's home. Right? So, Mom, does he have a history of running away or sneaking out?
Truth be told, I actually have a problem with him because he doesn't go anywhere, and he doesn't have friends, and he doesn't do anything.
Okay.
So,
Worried about him smoking weed?
no, It had been an issue before because I had a sibling of mine living there who was, but my mom kicked him out a while
Okay.
back. So yeah, we did have an issue like that because my brother was bringing it into the home.
Sure, okay.
But aside from that, I don't have a problem with Juliet telling him to do something and he doesn't do it. The problem was how he would get very upset and, start with the verbal
Right.
things.
Right, so Julian, you just need to understand that you have to respect your mom's rules like you respect my rules. Okay, that's just the way it is. That's your decision led you at this point. So understand that's what you got, and there's nothing you really do about it at this point until we're done with your case. So, the quicker you can turn it around and follow your mom's rules and respect her, and the sooner you're done with me, and the sooner that you can live your life more free. Okay? So we'll go ahead and try it. Thank you, Julian. Dontrell. Yes. Thank you. Elisa, we're bringing Vivian back after detention hearing.
Yes, I heard.
They told you?
Yes. Thank you.
That would be the quickest motion to modify in the history of this court. I don't know. I mean, he's refusing to sign the probation papers.
That is not what I heard. Okay.
Okay, that's what I heard. So if that's the case,
We'll get it straightened out.
all right, Dontrell, you have been here for about 2 weeks. See, they're saying on May 27th, we're at Dunbar High. See, school resource officer called the police. They said that, victim said that on the day about noon, he and another suspect, because your sister had an argument while sitting in her car. As the victim got out, he slammed the door. So another suspect yelled, the sister called, I'm calling my brother, who is you. Short time later, he got a call from a witness who said that you were on campus looking for him. Your virtual student should not have been there, and said that they discussed the incident with the sister. While they were talking, unknown black male approached. The witness began fighting. Victim said that he turned to watch the fight and that you punched him in the back of the head. He said he turned to defend himself. You pulled a gun, said, I'm not going to do no fighting. And victim said that he raised his hands, backed away, fight stopped. You, your sister, and an unknown black male got in a small four-door car and left campus. And surveillance video showed you keeping your left hand in or near his waistband throughout the video. Weapon was never seen. I remember mom saying that your pants are always sagging, so that's why your hands are always by your pants. You were here starting when you were 10 years old for an intervention case, and you got arrested for unlawful restraint, a stolen car, another stolen car, terroristic threat, another stolen car, evading arrest, and another stolen car. You've been level 1 outstanding for about a week and a half. You successfully discharged from Lake Granbury?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
According to this, it's showing that as of yesterday, he was dropped to 1 acceptable, but there were no comments.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say
Could you stand
something.
up, please?
I just wanted to say something to my son, because he had.
No, this is not the time to talk to your son.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna say it to him, but I'm saying it's about him to you. Since Dontrell, you sent him to the placement because he kept on making mistakes, and getting cases and just not doing good. Since he's been out, he doesn't smoke weed, and I think he proved that by the UA. He has not had any violations since he's been out. This kid comes home at night. I know where he is. He's a totally different kid, and he completed his community service since he's been out. He did his 50 hours. Like he's been doing everything right, and I just want you to know that. Like this story that this kid told, I spoke with his lawyer this last week, and he was like, "Man, we have the video, and we looked at it,
Don't tell
and
the
it
judge
doesn't
any-
show
don't tell
that
the judge
he's
anything the lawyer told you.
Yeah.
okay." Well, the video is showing that he's not doing anything like on there
But
with
he
the
wasn't supposed to be on
weapon.
campus though, right?
No, that's incorrect, and that's another thing. I don't know how, but I need to find a way that I can get them to print out my son's schedule because my son actually attended school there. He was not a virtual student, and he was even on the basketball team. So I don't know what they're saying he's a virtual student for because I can go have them give me his schedule. I was the one bringing him and my daughter to school.
Yes.
Super thing, when he was released from Lake Granbury, it was because of his maximum benefit from, Mr. Mills' report. And also, he just said his face on last Monday in his court.
Right. So you didn't really successfully discharge, it just, the program ran out,
Listen from what I'm saying in the report.
right?
That's not true because I have emails from that I could probably still pull up in my email from I guess it was the lady that did handled their groups and stuff when he was in his like what's her name? Elaine Tenius, do you know her?
No.
Okay, well she was the lady that was handling the groups and all that when he was in the program, the lady that was out there at the program with him. And I kept in contact with her faithfully, and she said that he did good the whole time. So,
Right, but you can do good the whole time without successfully discharging, and that's possible,
oh,
right? So, like it's possible, let's say somebody does really good, then they get sick, and so they have to discharge to a hospital. So you never finish the program, but you're doing great while you're there, you just can't finish it. Yeah, so Mom, here's my problem, and Dontrell, this is for you too, is I'm going off what the report says. It's not that this report's necessarily correct, but I'm relying on this report. And that's what the law says I'm supposed to do, is there will be a time for an actual trial about whether he actually did this, because I don't have any witnesses or anything, right? And so, given the fact that your court date's on Monday, I'm gonna hold you till Monday, okay? Just because it's right around the corner. Because based on this, it looks pretty bad, but I'm sure Mr. Shaw has more information that is important to me. So we'll redecide this on Monday what to do. But the fact that it's just right around the corner just makes me a little bit hesitant, especially because there's an allegation of a gun involved, okay? All right, so if anything, if you didn't do anything, let's be a lesson, or if you didn't have the gun, but let's do a lesson that, whenever people are getting in conflict, a lot of times it's just good to walk away. Because if you're even near the scene, you can get pitched up for something that you didn't do, okay? But based on what I'm being told and what the police are told, I'm just concerned about the safety of the community, if it's true, all right? So we will, it's probably not me, but one of the judges will see you on Monday. Thank you, Dr. Let's hurry. Let's hurry. 15 years old, you've been here for about 6 weeks. This all started when you were 10. No, 9. Oh, you were 10 years and 1 month old. You're arrested for an assault case. Then also 10 years old, burglary of a vehicle. You're still, let's see, oh, did okay for a while. Then you're just turned 14. You have a couple serious cases, then a stolen car case, another stolen car case. But now you're 14. 5 months later, another stolen car case. A month later, a tampered with evidence case, and evading arrest with motor vehicle. And now you turn 15 with evading arrest on foot and carrying a gun, which you have probation for. So back in June, Fort Worth PD brought you in, said that about 1:30 in the morning, they're dispatched a disturbance. That was the scene. Oh, this is the one where your friend said that you hit him because of who he's hanging out with, and then he ran to his home, broke into the home, and video shows, doorbell shows you and the lead rushing the apartment and hitting him on the floor. And Christian was outside watching this all. So you're charged with burglary and habitation while you're on probation. And you're positive for weed. All right, Scary. Well, I mean, it seems like your behavior is doing all right. Yes, Ms. McGonigal?
As far as my that's in court, he has a coach that Mr. Mitchell told me is actually a godfather. He would like to live with because by settlement in the rest of the area, it would remove him from the environment right now. His mom that has negative peer influences with him, particularly his brother Malik, who has been released from detention for his offense. When the two of them were together, they both ended up in detention for offenses. So we've been, Oscar would like the court to consider releasing Mr. John's custody in the court. He's been in detention a month and a half. He's been on level 1. He's had a chance to be on level 1. He's doing very well in detention.
So, Mr. Mitchell, he's on probation for 3 offenses right now? 3 different offenses. One's a gun case, one's a felony. Smoking weed. Is this coach here?
He's not. I was just told about this potential placement this morning.
Yeah. Malik is on supervision as well? Yeah, Ms. McGonigal, according to this report, it seems like Ascari was more of the instigator. Do we have a parent or anybody?
Whether it's
A mom? You want this home with this?
yes.
That's why I recognize you. See, this is what I can't figure out. I mean, the problem is, you know, it looks like Ascari was more of the instigator. Malik was along with the ride, according to what the police are saying, the victim told the police. But then he just has his history, right? I mean, just long track record. A lot of them were just dismissed, declined by the DA, but he's on 3 different probations. Mom, why was he out at 1:30 in the morning? You were asleep. Oh, all right. When's the next support date, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, court for the 25th of this month. We have a federal on the 3rd, the 14th, back on the 10th.
Yeah, he's been doing his community service hours. he didn't succeed outpatient drug program. Yeah, Mom, I'm not sure what was different about Malik's case where I let him go. My concern is it seems like Ascari, honestly, from what I can see about what he's doing, he just doesn't like supervision. He doesn't like authority. Like he's gonna do it his own way. That's the pattern that I'm seeing. It seems like there's a good chance that he's gonna have to go directly from here to an inpatient drug treatment program. And so I'm not inclined to release him, right? Because I don't want him to have the opportunity to go back out to the community and reinforce bad habits. If it looks like inpatient's what he needs, I really think we need to keep him in a secure facility until he goes directly into the program.
Well, I think they were trying to do inpatient, but they keep saying you have to do outpatient.
So he was unsuccessfully discharged from outpatient. I think the recommendation is that
The reason they unsuccessfully discharged him was because he had a dirty, and so we were gonna send him to the facility. But when I spoke with someone that sent their child there, they were basically saying their child walked out, it's really not supervised. So when I talked to the counselor again, she was like, well, no, he either that he couldn't come, he had to come, or she was unsuccessfully discharged him. So I informed her, I said, well, I wasn't sure, so he was out of quarantine. So I was telling her I had to put him back in quarantine. They have to quarantine so many days before they can go back. And then when I called back, she was like, oh no, we're not gonna accept it. So I didn't know that once you make that decision, when I finally found out, once you make that decision, you have to go forth with it. So once I found that out, I thought, because she gave me an option that he can extend it to outpatient or come inpatient. So that's why I thought once I told her that I could change my decision. So that's why, so they were just like, they were very rude. They were just like, we're just gonna unsuccessfully discharge him. And what I mean by rude is, like I did everything, like they never communicated to Mr. Marvin. Like I had to tell him everything. And like even when he got out from that last case that he got, I had to find him to like put him back in there. And it was a lot of like lack of communication. So that's how he ended up getting the unsuccessful, because I made one decision thinking I could change it.
Okay.
And so that's what it was.
Yeah, and Mom, there's a lot of moving parts. I get that, but I'm kind of looking kind of in a bubble.
Mhm.
And my concern is that the recommendation right now from our juvenile probation department is for inpatient. I'm just very concerned about releasing him if he's going directly into another secure environment, right? I don't want that gap in time.
Okay.
So,
The recommendation is outpatient. That's the last detention hearing. I'm asking you to leave treatment. And you said that if it's THC only, you did not feel that inpatient, any treatment program is helpful for THC only as a general choice.
and you're absolutely right.
And so the recommendation is for outpatient, it's not an inpatient recommendation. There will be staff, however, for placement.
Mr. Mitchell.
We just said they refer us to King's house and we doing the phone and they recommend it to outpatient house. That's why I said outpatient.
Do we have any victims here? Sure, let's try it. Are you going to sweatpatch, electron monitor, gotta stay at home? Well, there's no school right now, so stay at home. If that's dirty, you know, my patients are wearing thin on you, okay? I mean, right now, this feeling that you have, just wait for me to make my decision. And don't put yourself in that position again, all right? You can either control your life and make good things happen, or you can make bad decisions, let me control your life. But I'm giving you the chance to do things right, so you stay out of this courthouse, okay? All right, let's try this, Gary. Be back. He'll be back soon. He'll be back after a while. That's the bet. right? So if you're looking for this. Throw his name in there. Thank you, sir. Peyton. I don't see Mr. Bronson here. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, you've been here for 2 weeks. Speaking of unsuccessful discharge, we're at Phoenix House for substance abuse treatment, a couple of relapses, could stay sober. Discharge, you say that you need a higher level of care. Do you have a parent here? Okay. Hello. All right, so where were we? I know y'all were at one point looking at a private placement.
Well, yes. We're, one more time, what did you say?
Oh, you're looking at a private placement?
Well, right now, we're in the process of moving, and we're staying at relatives' house.
Moving from where to where?
From Arlington to Graham, Texas.
To Graham, okay,
At the end of the month, we're closing the house in Graham, Texas.
okay. Mr. Williams, is this determinate sentence or indeterminate?
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate.
And I seen him, get an automated drug screen, which he tested positive, while being hospitalized in detention.
Oh, that's right, I remember this one.
Currently, the attorney was supposed to look for due placement that would address possibly mental health and the substance abuse concerns.
But he successfully completed Pegasus, correct?
Yes, that was pre-JPD, again, on CPS case.
Your Honor, I spoke to Peyton just a little bit, and he's willing to, agree to electronic monitor and a sweat patch if you'd be willing to let him release today.
Yeah. I'm taking a look at one of these screens. So I did.
That's bizarre. So it's probably just cut off levels.
Was it false positive?
So you had a UA that was positive screen, which is usually, it usually has a, UAs usually have a higher cutoff.
Right.
But the gas spectromograph showed negative.
Interesting.
So there's use just not enough to confirm.
Yeah.
So probably, yes, sir? Probably want to talk to your attorney first
Tell me.
before you talk to me.
Seriously.
Yes, sir.
But, one, they didn't do expanded opiate, there's miscommunication there.
On the hair
On
follicles.
the hair follicle, and also they explained that, hair follicle is more of a storable,
Yes,
that's not, if you get done it within a few days,
right.
which is why.
And that's the thing, is that had you smoked that morning, it would show up in the hair follicle. So anyways,
We're gonna save this for his attorney.
okay. I remember that because I was the hair follicle after the UA, just to see if anything else further back was going. Now, I remember this because Graham, there's just less resources available in Graham, right?
Well, same housing base on there.
Right. No, I mean, I used to hunt over by Graham. There's a great town, but
First, we can take them anywhere you need.
I beg your pardon?
We can take them anywhere you needed to go
Right.
for treatment of any sort. Not a problem, Rick.
And we have suggested the parenting center. However, I'm not sure where the attorney's at with that as well.
It's gonna be tough, just so y'all know, it's gonna be tough for him to do everything living in Young County. Right? Not that it can't be done, it's just gonna be very inconvenient.
Well, for one thing, I'm still working in Arlington after we move. Not every day, but at least twice a week, I'll be coming back to Arlington to work.
You want to get the motion by 5-6 for Tuesday.
Right. So Peyton, this is when we record. I was gonna be held here until you got the loved one outstanding. But I was gonna do, and you told me that you're gonna be clean. So I gave you a drug test, you were dirty, so I said, make it to the 10-day hearing instead of just get the loved one and get out. So I'm gonna, as much as I kind of regret what I told you, if I told it to you, then I'm not gonna keep my word with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I said. I'm gonna release you on electronic monitor and a sweat patch, but I think that was my mistake and not yours. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Well, don't burn the chance, because I think I made a mistake, but I'm gonna keep my word with you, so don't take advantage of it, or take advantage of it, okay? I'm sorry, Deputy Mayor. Marion.
You send an EM
Yes.
Thank you.
May I approach Judge?
Good afternoon.
here. Aren't you tired of seeing me? All right, so you're on determined sentence probation for aggravated robbery. And then, here's yesterday, about 11 o'clock in the morning, you were seen opening a car door. Looking at the vehicle as if he was looking for something to take. Officer responded to a call, said black male, about 16, wearing black hoodie and shorts. Later identified as you. They arrived, saw a Hispanic male in a green, I guess, sweater, waving his hands. Followed an individual to the apartment complex, and dispatch alerted to the second caller saying a black male about 15 wearing a black jacket had opened his aunt's car door. Second caller said that he was not running through the same apartment complex. Police officer located the suspect, matching the description, identified as you. You stopped and sat down for police. Witness said that when they saw you open the door to the car, witness was sitting down in the car next to the aunt. When they saw you open the door looking into the driver's seat, yelled at you, said what you're doing. You ran off as they called 911. You said you just opened the door, didn't take anything. You said you're hungry and looking for money to buy some food. You had $4.01 in change on your person and a cell phone charger and a black car key. You said you didn't remember where being picked up on the ground and you were listed as a runaway. So I ordered you to 40 hours community service. You've only done 3. You violated your EM. You didn't attend TCAP. You had another EM violation. That is in the past. See, you're also on runaway status, but you're clean. So you're on runaway status.
That
Right.
one, when they pick, yes, when they direct me that one, yes.
All right. All right. I don't think you understand when you're on probation. I need, more than anything, I need an A in attendance. You got to be where you're supposed to be. There's no way we can supervise you if you're not clean at home. Okay. So, right now, do you have a parent here?
Yes,
Yes.
it's mother's here.
Hello, Mom. Good to see you again. All right. How long was you runaway for?
Not that long, a few hours.
Okay, so you just. All right. Now, was Myron medication compliant that day?
No, he hasn't been on medication for a while
Ooh, why?
because he doesn't need it. And then when he was taking it, when he was going to JJ, he couldn't stay awake in school.
Okay.
So once he stopped taking it, Marion was doing very well.
Did the doctor tell him to stop taking it?
No, the doctor did not.
I need the doctor to say that. Okay, it's not a decision we can make because we didn't go to medical school, right? And so, if it's one of those where the medication's not working or working as intended, we need to get the doctor to start changing the prescription. Okay, it's not really our decision to make. When's the last time you saw the doctor?
About a year ago.
Ooh, okay, so he really needs to see a doctor about every 6 weeks. And I know Marion's he's got very unique needs. I really like him. Like, I like your son, right? He's got a good soul, but he makes really bad decisions. And I think there's a lot of impulse control issues there. But you've always provided for him. Like, I don't buy this story that he had to break into cars.
Not at all. We have a house full of food. If he was that hungry, his grandmother stays down the street, his grandfather stays down the street.
Right.
There's no excuse for that.
Right. So at this point, you can't be on probation, not breaking the cars, right? So, Marion, I'm gonna hold you. That's the way it works, but we'll review this in the future and see what to do. But Mom, I'm very concerned. Now, can you set up another mental health appointment for your son?
I can. It's just that I just really don't. I just don't agree. I just don't agree with the medication.
Does the doctor know that you don't agree with it?
No.
Okay, so that's a step, doctors, they need that information. And if you're telling them what the side effects are, or how you feel like it's not needed or not benefiting, they can scale back. I mean, they need that information. So do you mind setting up another appointment with his mental health doctor?
I don't know.
Okay, and then we can transport him there. And we would love for you to be there as well, so you can communicate with his doctor to find out what works for Marty best. All right, and I sincerely hope the doctor says, you know what, Mom, you're right, we can take him off all this. Or an alternative, he says, this is too much, we just need to scale it back a lot. Okay, but I think that's really important, is to make sure you're involved in that medical making decision. Okay, so if you please make the appointment, let us know. And, yeah, I mean, you have Ms. Gonzalez's contact information, so let her know, and then we will transport him to the doctor, right? And so make sure he gets medication. I want to see him either medication compliant, I want to see him prescription compliant. So if there's no prescription, doesn't have to take anything. But I think it's been a year, we really need him to get to the doctor and make sure he's getting the medication that he needs. Nothing more, but nothing less, okay? All right, thank you, Mary. You understand where we're at? Okay, you understand why I'm detaining you, right? You can't be seen opening car doors while you're following probation. Okay? All right, thank you, sir. Angel. Yes. Okay. Kind of in the hallway? Yes. All right, Angel, you're 17 years old. You're on probation for possession of a controlled substance, unauthorized use of motor vehicle, theft of property, which is probably a motor vehicle, and you went to placement for that. Mom is saying that you come and go as you please. Let's see. Mom, are we a parent here? Okay, so the family lost their place because of pipe burst. You chose to live with a friend. We tried to contact you, you refused to come home. You should have warned, you turned yourself in. So give you a drug test, you're negative. These are all indeterminate sentence probations, correct?
Yeah.
Ask them some questions, not really incriminating. You tired of this game? Tired of coming here? You understand how easy it is to stay out of here, right? Don't smoke weed, be where you're supposed to be, call back Miss Young. That's all I'm asking from you. You understand the big picture of life, how little I want you to do. Okay. But you understand that if you don't follow those three things, right? You don't give me an A in attendance and an A in attitude and a clean drug test, I got room for you here. Like, and you're 17 now, so what happens when you're 17? What's my choice now? Yeah, downtown, right? You have any desire to go downtown, Jill? Do you have any desire to be here? Why is this a problem?
I ain't had the phone at the time, and my friend.
You had what at the time?
I ain't had the phone at the time. Then when I got a phone, I told my mom I had a phone, and then I called my PO. She told me all about it, and I was like, okay. Then that's when my mom came, and then she took me over here. I turned myself in.
You did the right thing, right? I know it hurts to turn yourself in because you know you're going to custody, but it also means that if you're doing the right thing, you know, I just want you to do the right thing. Man up. So that's why I'm gonna let you go. Call Ms. Young, right? You can't do it, not when you're on probation. Maybe your probation out and live your own life, but while you're on probation, you don't live your life, you live my life, right? Okay, so let's try it. Do better. You're gonna set the admin hearing because mom is saying you're coming and going. Don't disrespect mom like that. Mom says stay here, you gotta stay there. When you're done with probation, get your own job, get your own place, do what you want. But as long as you're on my probation, you know my rules, respect your mom. Okay, let's try it. Thanks, Angel. He turned himself in, so Bob knew where he was. So. Thank you, Jaden. What do you do for 7-year-old kids? That's clean. He's negative. Turn himself in and he's clean on his way. I try to be that common sense judge.
Yeah.
Try. All right, Jaden, let's see. You are almost 17. No history with our department. You have a parent here?
No.
No, okay. All right, so yesterday you were, Arlington PD brought you in. There's about 7 traffic stops after a couple of traffic violations. Walked to the drivers, smelled weed coming from the car. You were the front passenger. There's a backseat passenger and the driver's infant son also in the backseat. They searched the area of each person because of the smell of weed. Was searching the front passenger where you were, front passenger area where you were seated, a backpack with a handgun loaded with 9 rounds in the magazine. He admitted the backpack was yours, which was stolen out of Irving. So you're arrested out of here. Where does Jaden live? Does he live in Irving or?
No, Your Honor.
It was Tarrant County?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He's living with an aunt right now. Couldn't get off of work.
Okay. Jaden, first time we're meeting. All right. I just need to let you know, you probably are unaware of this, or maybe you already know, but Judge Tim has a policy when kids are arrested with guns, I always detain. Okay. I want to tap the brakes. Have you heard that before? No. Okay. Yeah, I want to tap the brakes. I don't know if you have a gun because people are threatening you, if you're threatening somebody about to do a drive-by, like, I don't know. But all I know is I'm a big fan of guns. I really have a problem with kids with guns without adults around them to supervise them. So I detain y'all, settle things down, make sure things are good, make sure you can behave here. There's no bigger issues, and I want to let you go. Right? It doesn't look like you use a gun in a robbery or a drive-by or anything like that. Looks like you just had it, but that's a problem for me. Okay? You kind of knew that when you put the gun in your backpack. Right? So detain you for now. We'll see you in a couple of days, or maybe at the 10-day hearing. We'll have your attorney appointed. If there's something special, they'll let me know. You could get out sooner. Just kind of count on the 10 days. This is just me slowing things down. We have a problem with kids with guns in the community, and this is just my way of addressing it. Okay? All right, Corey and Titus. Yes, thank you. Candace, yeah, it's yours, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm gonna actually close these proceedings.